shit, my man Steven in the fucking building. All right, man. Shit, well, episode motherfucking 38 of the MIC podcast. Before we get into anything, definitely want to shout out our sponsors, partners and sponsors over at CascadiaBlooms.com. CBD products, Delta 8 products. They have, some Delta 9 edibles on the site, man. Use code MIC to get 20% off anything off their website. Again, if you haven't at this point, I hope your life has been okay. I'm not sure where you're finding joy. But we have a dope-ass fucking guest in the building. Steven motherfucking Shriane, man. What's going on, bro?
What's up? How's it going?
Man, we're
Feeling
chilling,
good?
We're chilling. We're off this Terramana tequila. Shout out to, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. My personal, that's my guy, man. Shout out to
It's
DJ.
good. It's good.
But bro, let's just kind of fucking hop into it, man. You're a producer, musician, music teacher here in Pittsburgh, man. So I first saw you and met you at Che's show.
Yeah,
the one that happened a couple weeks ago. So do you want to talk about, and I know we spoke on the phone and all that, but do you just want to explain how that came about, just your whole involvement in that?
For sure, yeah. So LA and I, we've been linking for a while, and it's kind of a little bit of a long story of how we met, but just really organic and cool. Yash, directed by Yash, played drums for her.
Facts.
And Yash introduced LA and I.
Okay.
Right? So
was it that night or
No,
prior?
this is I've known LA for over a year at this point.
Okay,
now,
wow, okay.
Right? So anyways, Yash, I met her through my friends Nick Hawkins and Lynn Starr over at High Five Studios. They do some cool stuff, but they introduced me to Angelia Taylor.
Facts.
And I started producing for her a lot, and we just became great friends.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Her and Yash, they're a package deal.
Facts,
when they come to the studio, they come together. You know what I mean? So the three of us just became really great friends.
That's dope.
And really organic. Love them a lot. And Angelia makes music. It's dope. Yash, she's Yash. She directs and does the best film. So they're just dope, and they just introduced me to LA one time, just because Yash knew I played guitar.
Okay.
She's like, "Hey, here's this my friend. They're this dope artist," and I was like, "Of course, let's link and see what's up." And
facts.
LA's great, and so we linked, and then we did some studio stuff, made her some beats. We just kind of vibed, and then she came to me with this idea where she wanted to play a live show with a band, and she knows that I've been playing in bands since I was in middle school.
Yeah.
So I built her a band, and we did this show at Insomnia, Club Insomnia, and it was dope, and just that's kind of how it came to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. So your band, this is kind of a two-part question, right?
Sure.
I did, my little research, and I saw that you were a ska band. So for people that don't know what that is, or just that aren't familiar with that genre, you kind of want to explain what that sounded. Because me personally, I've never I'm aware of the ska genre, but I've never.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah,
right?
facts. Yeah.
Well, here I'll just give you. So ska essentially is punk music. Mixed with it's fast reggae, but punk music with horns, a saxophone, a trumpet, a trombone. Okay. And it's they have what's called upchucks on the guitar, which is really just fast strumming, But it's closely related to punk, and I've just been playing in bands since high school, you know what I mean?
Word.
And I was in cover bands, but when I got to college, that's when I started my ska band Solios.
Okay.
And we all went to California University of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And we all were music technology majors.
Dope.
And yeah, we started this band. We have a guitar and I sing. And then we have a bass player and he sings as well. Shout out Nick Linder. And then we have a drummer, Zach, to name them all. And then we got a saxophone player, trumpet player, and a trombone player.
Damn, it's a full house.
Yeah, Tommy T on sax, Shane and Dave. But yeah, so we did that in college, and we just like played shows. We traveled around a little bit, played festivals, and yeah, did that stuff. But it's like real high energy music. Like
Yeah,
our
okay.
live shows are crazy. It's like, you know, mosh pit, like stuff like that.
Okay, so like yeah, like I was even gonna ask
To
like
paint the picture
yeah,
a little
and
more.
like so
You
like
know what I mean?
is that because like I mean music is just like a cultural soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like each genre like you know comes with like its own culture of like shit like so it's got like a newer wave of like or like how long has it been around? Like what's like the ska culture like?
For
Like,
sure. So like ska originated in Jamaica.
oh, okay.
Right? It's a faster version of reggae,
Mhm.
right? And it came before reggae, and then reggae slowed it down. Okay?
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's like culturally where
Okay.
it comes from. Like, you know, Jamaica, like, you know, the Wailers were a ska band.
Okay.
You know? Like Bob Marley has ska songs.
Okay,
You know?
yeah, okay, what? Yeah, because I was about to ask, like, I mean, if it started in Jamaica, I mean, like Bob Marley's pretty much like the DNA of Jamaican, like you know, reggae music, which came from Jamaica. So it's like
For sure.
Yeah.
So like, don't quote me on this, but I believe
Facts.
that's like 50s or 60s.
Okay.
Like, you know, what I mean,
Facts,
don't quote me
facts.
on
Yeah,
those
no,
dates,
for
but
sure.
like, you know. So, anyways, and then so that exists, right? And that was popular music in Jamaica for a while, and then but reggae replaced it in Jamaica with
Yeah.
popular music, and so then anyways, it starts to like immigrate to like England, that ska sound,
Got you.
and then it eventually makes its way into you know, the U.S. And like in the 90s, it was really popular in America. That's like when it like blew up with bands like Real Big Fish, like bands like Less Than Jake. And then today, it's still like popular. Like, you know, you'll hear songs on the radio, but it's definitely like a culture of like you have to know it exists.
Yeah,
You
right,
know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right.
It's
If you
like-
know, you know, type of vibe.
Agreed. Yeah, and it's like it's known for just like the live shows, crazy high energy, just like some of the sweatiest, most intense mosh pits I've ever been in. We're
Okay,
at like
word.
ska
So
shows.
y'all do mosh.
Definitely.
Okay,
yeah,
word,
like-
word, word. All right, all right.
People, yeah, for sure. And the reason I like fell in love with it was definitely because of the live shows.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
like, I grew up a guitarist and like singing a little bit, and I just love the live show portion of it.
I feel that, man. So you said, you know, you pretty much met your band in college, and you know, y'all were all music technology majors. How did y'all form that connection? That like, did y'all like was it like a you know like a club that like y'all were in that y'all all linked up? Was it at orientation when it's like okay he's in music technology, but like how did y'all link up?
It's a good question. We so Nick Linder and I, we were just jamming one day in one of the practice rooms, and like we just both figured out that we liked Sublime.
Damn.
Do you know who Sublime is?
Oh, I mean, bro.
Yeah,
of
for
course,
sure.
bro,
Yeah,
of course. Wait, so like when like y'all were jamming out, like was it just like on some just like college like
Yeah,
there's
some
an there's,
college,
like,
like-
an open room?
yeah, like it was
fuck
in an open practice
That's
room.
fine.
And we were
Yeah,
just
okay.
like both like I believe we were just like both were there at the same time.
That's
'cause I was
crazy,
Like, hey,
okay.
what's up, dude? Like,
Word.
You know, like on some like just real organic shit. You
Yeah.
know?
That's how some of the best shit come about.
Agreed.
To be honest,
Yeah, we both like dug Sublime a lot. And I was like, yeah, dude, I want to start a ska band, and we just fucking did. And then we got our friend Alexa Cozy to play percussion for us for a little bit,
Oh,
and then
okay.
we got Tommy T, who is our saxophone player. He was in
Okay.
college too. He played saxophone, and we were just like, come on, bro, be in our band.
Yeah.
We got our buddy Lucas to drum.
Okay.
He was in the major as well, and it was
Okay.
just like a bunch of college buddies, and then. We got our buddy Eddie on trumpet originally, and then we rounded it out with a trombone player with
Hell
Shane
yeah.
Irvine, yeah.
And then it's like y'all just like
All in the Cal U area.
all in the Cal U area,
Yep.
and like y'all just
Practice-
pretty much got up from there, like just like started performing. Like how did
Yeah.
y'all like? What was the process of like you know starting to
Mm-hmm.
you know become cohesive as a band and like you know
Yeah.
figure out everyone's ticks and chemistries and creative process? Like
For
what was
sure.
that like?
I mean, it all honestly just sort of clicked right away.
That's fire.
We were just all like into like the music. Like we were all pretty good musicians. Like our drummer was badass. Like Nick is a badass bass player. Tommy T is like solid and just like can write really well. Like really good for horns. Like he's awesome at doing that. And we just started writing songs, and we were just jamming, like using the practice spaces to jam and write songs, and that's like how it started because we were just at college, like
Yeah,
doing
just
it every day,
vibing,
just
yeah,
like
facts.
not even meaning to, you know,
I
just
feel
like
you.
yeah. And then playing shows, there was other bands in the area like that were already in Cal U, like the Vicks, Here Tonight, a couple bands like that, and they were like there was already bands playing shows on campuses. There was an open mic night every like Thursday or something.
Okay, so you definitely took advantage of that.
Yeah, and then people are like digging our live shows because we were like high energy. People are like, "What's the fuck's up with all these horns? Like,
Yeah,
they're playing fast."
Yeah.
Like, what? And so yeah, we just like played to the scene that was there, and like, you know, it was like a good time, and like all the bands at the time were like really good. Like Here Tonight was like a great band. Like a lot of the musicians in it are in LA now, like doing stuff like with the Drov. And then Shane Turner, who sang for that band, is still like a musician in the Pittsburgh area, playing out every single weekend. And so there's just this great scene there, and we took advantage of it. You know what I mean? And then we ended up just like playing in Pittsburgh, just more and more and more.
Okay. So like, did y'all, and like, I'm assuming all y'all, you know, kept in contact after, you know, y'all graduated and like, you know.
For sure. That is like our scene, like still, you know,
Dope.
I see them all at concerts, like all the time. And like Solios, the band, we still like get together and jam, like, you know, like a couple times a month. Like we try. Yeah.
So is that who you played with at Che's show or no?
Yeah.
Solios? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
the band that I built for Che, sorry, I'm getting off topic.
Yeah, no,
But
you're good.
is Zach on drums, who plays drums and Solios.
Yeah.
And then Tommy T played
Okay.
saxophone, who plays saxophone and Solios.
Got you.
And I played guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Zach played bass in Che's band.
Okay.
And Yash, who like
Again, like
introduced
who
us
you met
to
through
LA.
Che, yeah, facts, yeah. Or not through Che, but like introduced you to Che. And
Yeah,
facts.
She played drums
Okay.
for her because they're a badass drummer.
Word up. Okay, got you. Okay,
Yep.
and then okay,
That
so
was a
like
connection.
That's kind of so like you just like, you know, kind of pulled some elements from Solios. Yeah, being like, hey man, let's do this a live performance. How'd you come up with the name Solios? Like,
Oh yeah.
and like I always love, cause like I don't know, man. Like I've just seen some funny ass band like Grandma Sweater will be like
Yeah.
a band name. You know what I mean? But it's like that's fire. You know what I mean? Like for what it's worth. So like, how'd you come up with that?
Right. Good question. It was on some like we were just like trying to think of a name, and I think it was like the Soul and then like Helios combined, and like Soul is like some Egyptian god for sun, or I don't know, some god for sun,
And then
the
Helios
is like some. The bassist Nick knows the story. And, like,
Got you, okay.
I think he's like the one who thought of it. And I
Okay,
was just like,
copy.
Solios is a cool name.
Fuck it.
Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So I was like,
It
whatever.
sound good to me.
That's what it is, you know.
Man,
and
okay, nah.
we rolled with it.
And y'all definitely you know, killed it at the performance, man. You know, it was a
Yeah.
vibe, man. You know, Chase set was a vibe, man. Like it just looked like she was having a good time. It looked like
For
you know
sure.
she was definitely like, you know, getting off what she wanted to get off with that whole, you know, live band concept and like, you know, performance. So
Yeah.
kudos to y'all, man. Kudos to Che, obviously friend of
Yeah.
the show and shit.
Yeah, we basically just like arranged songs that she already had. For,
Facts,
like,
yeah.
You know, just for like the arrangement that we had.
Dope. All right, so it's like, you know, kind of shifting gears a little bit. I saw recently, like, you know, you started pursuing teaching music full time. Congrats on that, which is, you know, very,
Thank
very
you.
dope. You know, like that whole process of even like, you know, establishing yourself as with a 9 to 5, just so you can pursue that. Me personally, I'm kind of in that space as well, where like I'm just, you know, doing my 9 to 5, pursuing this, you know, obviously, like, you know, watching Mike do his thing, you know, grow as an artist and like, you know, run this company and stuff. What was that process like? Like, especially like initially, right? You know that like you have this talent, you're musically inclined, and you start working at a TV station, right? Like, you know, editing commercials.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
know, so like,
Yeah.
was there like a in like I don't know how to articulate this feeling, like, you know, maybe you'll understand, but it's like you kind of come in with this, like, for lack of a better term, like chip on your shoulder, where it's like, man, like I shouldn't even be doing this. Like I should be like, you know, like doing my art, doing my, you know, this, you know, doing my that. And like we had a guest named Mario Quinn a few episodes ago.
I taught a class for him.
Oh, dope.
Mario
okay.
Quinn.
Yeah,
he's
shout
a
out
great
to,
guy.
Nah, man, bro, real dope dude. And I was pretty much like, you know, talking
Level
to him
Up,
about,
right?
yeah, facts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, shout out to
Yeah.
Level Up.
Shout out Level
But
Up. Thank
I was
you for
talking to him about, like, you know, just again balancing that whole, you know, 9 to 5 process while trying to build whatever you want to build. Like, what was
Yeah.
that initial vibe like? Was there any resentment towards your 9 to 5? Like,
Yeah. So like I feel like my journey to like even where I am like right now, which I'm still like growing as like a person and a
Sure.
professional, I feel like, it's just like, trial after trial, which is okay
For
because like
sure.
those happen in a journey. But like kind of like so like I, just like me in general, like wanting to pursue like music and like everything that I'm pursuing right now just comes from me like at a young age like finding music and like absolutely loving it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's always just kind of been like the leading force in my life since I honestly not since I can remember, but like honestly since like 5th grade, I was like, this shit is fucking dope.
I feel
Like
you.
let's
Yeah,
go.
I
Like,
feel
you
you. I
know?
feel you.
And it was just something that I always did throughout like life and went to college for it and just the passion kept growing and growing and growing, wanting to like play more shows, wanting to like learn more about recording. And then so I was in college learning how to record, how to like mix live music. And then after college I got really into production and I loved that. And I was like, well, I have like all this like cool music stuff going on, but like I gotta make some money too, you know what I mean? And so I started working for a radio station first, and that led to me like setting up like radio broadcasts, like PA systems and stuff for them, and that was like a cool gig for a while. But after that, like you said, I started working for the TV station, and like I'm always so. Anyways, I'm like doing all these like like gigs, you know what I mean? But and through that, I also right out of college started teaching my own like personal lesson business, and I found really quickly that I really enjoyed like working for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
And so I'm doing these different things, like trying to like make a living and like find my way, like in this like music shit, while always like creating and like writing songs for myself, like for and then like producing and stuff. Um, through all that, like I'm doing like all these gigs, but I'm building like my personal lesson business.
Okay.
And just like through that, music is just the leading force because like
Yeah,
I just
sure.
like genuinely love it.
Facts,
you know?
facts.
Yeah.
And like
Let's lose myself.
so like when you were no, you're chill. So like when you started working for that, like what stage were you at as far as like pursuing like this stuff like you want to pursue? Was there like a moment where it's like I love what I'm doing, but I gotta eat. I love what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you know what I mean?
totally.
Like I
Yeah,
love what
yeah.
I'm doing, but
Yeah,
shit, I have
yeah,
a car
I got-
note, I have rent. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
And
it's-
so I'm doing these gigs, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
Working for radio stations, working for TV stations. And I remember, like, for the TV station, I would work night shift full time for a while. And then I was teaching, about, like, I think at the time, probably like 15 to 20 lessons a week.
Damn.
In my guitar business, which is just teaching guitar. And,
Yeah.
but nowadays I do, like, audio production lessons too.
Lessons. Okay, wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
and so like, I'm
that's
doing
crazy.
that at the
Okay.
same time, like while I'm playing in bands, while I'm like trying to produce for people, while I'm trying to like still work these like quote unquote like normal jobs, but like and I worked at a TV station on night shift, and there was definitely like sometimes when I'm just like fuck, this is like a lot to handle or just like stressful, but I like keep going because I have like this like dream of like just like working for myself, having my own businesses, and just like I take such pride in making like money or a living like from what I'm passionate about,
Yeah.
which is like music in general and like
Yeah.
teaching that to people and creating it myself.
What were those moments like for you, like when you realize you're getting pulled in all these different directions, and then you got to go into work and deal with some bullshit, like an annoying coworker, you're a fucking annoying boss, like I mean, like what, like just like
Yeah,
what's like
yeah,
the mentality going through that, like
No, I feel you. So like I have this mentality of like I am choosing to do something that like most people don't do. You know what I
Right,
mean? Which
for
is
sure.
like trying to just like make money off of like my own music
For
by
sure.
like recording it, having it on like playing shows, making beats for people. But no one said it would be easy, and like
At
no one's
all.
going to like
at all. There's no manual.
Exactly. Yeah, there's
right.
no manual.
Right.
Exactly. No one's going to like take my hand and show me the
At
way.
all, bro.
So I'm like, all right, I have to grind to like get this shit. You know what I mean? And so that's how I found teaching lessons. That's how I found like, production and like trying to like monetize that, like, through like TV sync licensing and just stuff like that. And then like teaching, like I started teaching for like a nonprofit, like Tech 25. Shout out Tech 25. And then just like through like my journey, I was like, now I'm teaching at Kappa,
Okay.
which is a music school in Pittsburgh.
Oh, dope.
I'm just teaching music technology classes, and it's just like a really cool gig for me right
Facts,
now. And
yeah.
I'm enjoying it, you know. But yeah, I just have the mentality of like, you know, if I want nothing, you know, worthwhile is gonna be easy. So like, I gotta go get this shit. You know?
Nah, I mean, shit. I mean, we know a thing or two about that over here.
For sure.
So,
No,
you know,
yeah. I just feel like if you live the life, like you understand, like you'll go through the hardships
That's
to
what I'm
like
saying.
build what you want. You know.
What I like about this shit, and like everyone that has sat on this futon, I won't call it a couch. Yeah, we'll get a real couch for y'all coming soon. But everyone that's like, you know, sat here, like everyone's story is different.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like the nucleus of what we're all trying to accomplish is the same.
Yeah.
We're all just like, you know, trying to eat off like, you know, just off what we can create, just what drives us, our passion. You know what I mean? So it's like you said, there's no manual for this shit. You have to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and adjust and make the tweaks and
Agreed.
take the L's, cause your L will be different from my L.
And you,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like,
you know,
like,
through
like
your
whilst pursuing this shit, yeah, like
through like L's or failures, like you learn stuff. And you're like,
Lessons,
okay, well
man,
that
for
was
sure.
fucking crazy, or that sucked. I'm not gonna do that again. Like, you know,
like nah, facts.
like it could be as
I mean,
simple as
shit.
that sometimes.
What
you
was
know?
like, you know, I mean, you know, if you want to, you know, go into it to any degree, like what was like, you know, some of the L's like you took early on and like pursuing what you were trying to pursue and like balance and
Yeah,
like
I mean, I feel like I'm always learning and stuff, but like definitely just like learning, trying to not like overload myself.
I'm
you
sure,
know?
yeah.
Because like I remember where there was like times where like I didn't have gigs, like, you know, musically, or like I wasn't busy teaching.
Yeah.
You know, like today I have about like, you know 25 to 27 students a month, and like that it's
Crazy.
definitely
Yeah.
like, you know, a lot to schedule,
sure.
to keep straight. And it's different type of work, but it's like really rewarding work. I absolutely love it. I love the culture around like my guitar studio and like lesson studio. But overloading myself and like keeping my schedule straight is like constantly like a struggle. But like early on, like, you know, like not double booking myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I got, sometimes I get in this mindset of like I have to take every gig, I have to
Yeah.
take every opportunity. And it's like,
I
well,
feel you. If it's there, why not?
exactly.
Like type shit, yeah.
I'm like, this is how I make money. This is how I eat. Like I gotta like take the work when it's there, right?
Facts, yeah.
You know,
Real shit, right.
But like, you know, keeping a balance, like for like obviously like mental health, and like, but also keeping a balance so that you can have long-term success and you don't like burn yourself out. That's definitely like, not getting burned out is like huge, like, and like something that like, you know, I try to stay away from, but like can struggle with at times for sure.
I feel you,
Yeah.
man. Nah, I mean, like that's definitely like a hurdle that, like, you know, that sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, 25 students are like, I can't even imagine like, you know, having 25 guests already booked. You know, ahead. Like, I'm sure it'll get to that point at
For
some
sure,
point,
for
but like,
sure. But,
you
like-
know, that's a lot of people, man. Like,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
have to keep in schedule and like, you know, like
Yeah.
make time
So,
for and.
Bobby can't make Tuesday's lesson at 6:30. Could we do Wednesday at 4? It's like,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
let me look.
Facts,
Like, you know?
yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
what's
No,
going
but
on
no,
Wednesday
I
at
love.
4?
Yeah, but like I love it, you know.
Nah,
So
I
yeah,
definitely feel that. So just kind of switching gears from teaching back to performing.
yeah, for sure.
Just, you know, throughout your travels and, you know, all that, like, what's been your favorite memory or moment from performing? Like, was there one moment where it's just like the ghost of Jimi Hendrix took over you and it's like, that wasn't even me playing? Like,
Yeah. There's a couple. There's always like moments like that stick out for sure. Like, where did that solo come from, or like whatever.
Yeah, facts,
or like
yeah.
even like when you're jamming, it's like you know, it always feels like when that stuff happens when you're just in a practice room jamming with your buddies.
Word up.
But one of my favorite moments playing a live show was 2019 Warped Tour in Atlantic City. It was like this huge festival. It was like I think the 25-year anniversary show they did in Atlantic City on the beach. And I played with this band called Stacked Like Pancakes, like right on the beach. And
Stack like pancakes.
yeah, right. Great name. They're a ska
Yeah,
band as well.
Okay, word up.
And I I'm in that band now. I joined that
Oh,
band
dope, okay.
through Solios
Okay.
because Solios used to open up for Stacked Like Pancakes. So that's
okay,
just
okay.
more of the community,
I feel
just
you,
a
I feel
network.
you. Did they feel the way, but like you like hop in, like, you know what I mean,
Oh
like
yeah,
bands
it's
like
just,
that?
it's just like part of it.
That's
know what I
fine.
mean?
Okay, so
Yeah.
like you like play for both then.
Nick is also in Stacked Like
Oh,
Pancakes.
okay.
Nick, the
Damn, that's kinda
bassist
crazy.
of
This shit low key like the
Solios.
NBA. like
Yeah,
yo,
bro,
like
like,
trade,
it's just like one big community
I'll trade your drummer for
family.
my drummer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's fire though.
Zach, who now drums for Solios, I was in a punk band with him called Lotus Kid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn,
and
well,
so like we
it
were
just
in
all
that
comes
band.
full circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like
I
this huge
feel you.
community.
Word up, word up.
Right?
All
But
right.
anyway, so I played with this ska band, Stacked Like Pancakes, 2019 Lord Tour, on the beach, Atlantic City. It was just like dope as fuck to like see like a sea of people like circle pitting, like mosh pitting. They have this dance in ska called skanking. So they're
Okay.
like all skanking. It's
Okay.
really cool.
So, I mean, how it go? You
You
got to
can do
skate.
it right now. You gotta do it.
Okay, word, yeah. There you go, okay, word
Yeah,
up.
They call
so,
it picking it up.
okay,
Yeah.
word. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
incorporate that in my little.
Get
my
on it.
little tool,
If you don't
man.
know, now you know.
That's fine. Word up. Okay, so
Nah.
like just from like Stack Like Pancakes, Atlantic City, like that was probably like your favorite memory, which is just like the vibe and this like
Yeah, it was like a
everything
great
about
gig.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it was just like definitely a high point of my career so far.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's what you do it for. You know what I
Word
mean?
up.
It's like
How'd
just
you get down to like Atlantic City? Like, why was that like
the band just went down with Stacked
Okay,
Like
dope.
Pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah. We all like rehearsed and so it was like this. There's musicians who came from like different parts. Like the trumpet players from Philadelphia. Some people are from Maryland. Some people are from Florida. And we all met in Baltimore and we rehearsed for like a weekend and a couple of days.
Damn.
And we put the show on Stacked Like Pancakes. They just have this like really awesome following. They're called the Pancake Nation, and they're just like a really good ska band that
Word.
like does cool shit. It was a great show,
Shout out to
and
the
now I'm like
Pancake
a
Nation.
full-time member of the band and really happy to be so. So
Fire,
like, yeah,
man. Shout out to the Pancake Nation.
for sure,
and all
yeah.
that. Okay, dope, man. So back to teaching. I know we're hopping
Yeah,
around
for sure.
and shit,
Yeah.
but again, man, just like talking to Mario, like he again just does a lot of teaching over
Yeah.
at Level Up.
Level up.
And I believe I asked him like the same question, like as far as teaching, man, like what's the most fulfilling part about that for you?
Good question. For sure, the best feeling like when teaching in my personal like guitar studio is when you can see that like when I feel like I've seen that like I've incited passion in someone and they catch like the music bug, they catch the practice bug, the guitar bug, the beat making bug. And that's just really cool to see and like awesome to be a part of and like try to help foster. You know what I mean? Because like that's just like what I try to do is just like I'm like a working artist and like I just try to show my students like, hey, if you like really like dig this shit, like you can like keep doing it like throughout your whole life. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to like stop like once you're done in high school. You can keep like building whatever this is that you're trying to build, whether it be like playing in orchestras, like playing in bands, making beats, like whatever the hell you're trying to do, But like inciting the passion in someone and like helping foster like, their talents and like just like helping them on their like musical journey is like the best part of it.
I feel that. Have you like seen like what are signs of that, like when you're like teaching someone of like you can just like kind of like see like the little glisten, little fire in their eyes, or like
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I have this had a student Nate, and he was a great bassist, and then he got so into bass that he started playing trombone as well. Now he's like playing in all these like huge like orchestra bands like on the weekends, like just like absolutely killing it. Like so good at trombone and bass. Just like absolutely like I met him when he was like 12 or something.
Damn.
Like, yeah, like just like Foss, and now he's like in high school like killing shit, like doing just like the best,
Okay.
And then I've like I have some like students who are like retired. And like it's just they're just like chilling.
So pretty much
at
like
home.
any age demographic.
Yeah,
like,
I
yes,
absolutely.
Like it's a wide range.
Very
Okay.
wide range. I think my youngest student is like 7, and then my oldest, I don't, it's definitely in their 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, like, what did they want to like play?
So I have people who like, just want to play like, songs from their childhood. So we'll learn anything from Led Zeppelin.
Hot cross buns.
Right. Yeah. But like I've had people who've gotten really into jazz.
Wow,
Shout
that's
out,
dope.
Yeah, shout out my student Fran.
Word. And like, so like, how was teach? Because like that's like a very like,
Yeah.
it's unorthodox.
So yeah, I went to school for commercial music technology, and in that major, you have to have an instrument. So I was lucky enough to study guitar, and I had a really great teacher, Ken Karsh, and we focused on jazz, like specifically. And It was like really awesome.
Damn.
Yeah,
But like, how was teaching jazz? Because it's like, is it hard to teach someone jazz specifically? Like
well, it's like you can come at it from a couple different angles. It's like jazz is like an expression of like self, through music. So like that's like hard to teach.